$100 bills can't even buy soda. Let me in this game, now it's over. I'ma show you tough love is. You know you're loving this. You can't fuck with this. Tough love is. What up?
Those who aren't familiar with you, they might have known your work without really knowing, because as that happens,
right.
Kind of introduce yourself to the world with a blank slate. Who is Jake Palumbo?
My name is Jake Palumbo. I am a walking contradiction, hillbilly hoodlum from Brooklyn, New York, by way of the great state of Tennessee. I'm a producer, MC, engineer for a lot of your favorite artists. I run my own, indie label, SpaceLAB Recordings, for, the last 9 or 10 years. We just recently did a new distribution deal with Soul Spasm, so we're going to be, a lot of music coming through, through that channel.
Yeah, red roller, same Jake Palumbo over in the Toyota Tacoma with a Dodge Dakota motor on the airport speedway. Flies from also, raised in the backwoods with backwoods and beats, ain't capable. Gotta take my chain off, he always been a little strange. More friends than MJ, smoke the jealous with the sensei from MJ, best Avenger.
Because that's a lot. A lot of people would give up at point A.
Yeah, I've questioned my sanity at many times over the years. Like, don't get it twisted. It's a couple things. Like, they're like, what else would I do with my life? All I ever really wanted to do was make my own music. The only other aspirations I ever had was maybe pro wrestling or porn. But,
pro wrestling porn.
Unfortunately, there's a few of those in real life.
Jennifer at the Sheraton in Maryland at a buffet dinner. I'm in the kitchen making chicken. Jake Palumbo from the wrong side of the Mason-Dixon. Pace car piston with a race car engine. Call Hot Tim's Dale Earnhardt edition.
Maybe I'm stubborn. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I don't know when to quit. But, just like the album title says, like, Jake it till you make it. Like, instead of trying to keep up with the Joneses and trying to, do this and do that to fit in, I just tried to create my own lane and basically stick it out and outlast everybody until, your time comes.
Stay jumbo, you may not understand me, but I definitely ain't mumble. Off the top like we in the Royal Rumble, Brady like Gumbo, beats by Palumbo.
There's not too many that make it.
Right.
And they don't understand, they see the big mainstream. They don't understand like a sustainable life where you are, independent until they kind of see that road through other ways.
No, I may not be a household name. Like, I can walk through the mall no problem without getting mobbed for autographs, but, knock on wood, praise the Lord. Like, I've lived off my music for almost 9 years now.
That's fire.
You know what I'm saying? And that comes from not even, being the most popular. It comes from cultivating the fan base that you do got.
Yeah.
Even my fan base was 100 people or less at one point, but by sticking with those people and making them happy, until they tell a friend, and you know what I'm saying, it's the snowball effect.
Why does the radio hate me? This is only for the bosses. Why can't you people just pay me? It's empty but the kids stay flossing. I'm out my brain on the daily. The hills and the steals of motion. That's just the way that they say. They says you gotta let the dude shine. District Selectman, codename Ciphurphace, the most facetious, only teaching is degreeless. I ain't like the other hometown winos who go online and lie who they're signed to. I'm out schemers, weed trips to Philly in a 88 Beamer. Said police on the freeway in VA, and he say Brady can't give me any leeway.
Back and listen to my first album today. My first album was called Future Dead Rapper. And when I go back and listen to that today, like, I cringe listening to a lot of that. But if I hadn't made that album at that time and just said, this is the best I got, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to try to learn from it so that the next time I do better, like, you wouldn't have Jake It Till You Make It with, like, half my favorite MCs on the guest list. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Is that still available for download?
That's Future Dead Rapper?
Yeah.
It's available on CD. If you come to a show, you can get it on CD. I have not put that one. All my rest of my catalogs, available everywhere.
I definitely have to hear that.
But yeah, it's if you can get a CD.
Around the clock, bump shots like you gotta. Karate kids rocking in a Mazda Miata. Pack up my business like Oscar Miata. You get my wisdom and it's costing you nada. Dad said you think I'm a real star. They used to tell Bill Gates he should get a real job.
about, you know, being a rapper and engineer, producer, where do you find the balance of it all? Is there any times where you're like in the studio with the big name and you're like, damn, I want to do a record with this person so bad, but I don't want to bring it up and ruin it?
Well, I was going to say, one of the things that like really helped me in that department, that's a two-part question.
Yeah.
What you just asked. Like the first part of the question, you know, it's hard. Like, you know, to pay my bills, to pay my studio rent, to pay my expense being a person, to help my mom, to do whatever I got to do. You know, I had to be in the studio for 10, 12 hours a day a lot of times. So it's like part of the reason there was a almost 4-year gap in between the Jobber to the Stars album and the Jake It Till You Make It album was, you know, I was pulling a 10, 12-hour studio shift engineering every day. And then, you know, when that's over, it's like, all right, I'll probably be able to be awake for about 2-3 more hours. Like, can I make a beat? Can I lay a verse? Can I, you know, so it's hard. Like, you know, trying to be an artist, producer, engineer, human being, bill payer, you know.
Morley for breakfast got me feeling irie. So high that my eyes need advising. I of the cipher drink through ivy. He like 30, but he's still so good. But he's still so hood. Hip-hop maestro, the needle on the wax.
Originally, not telling people I was a rapper helped me more than anything as a rapper. Because, you know, when they come in the studio and they have a great session or they like their mix and master or, you know, for whatever reason, you just establish yourself as being a cool, dependable dude who knows what he's doing and is dope.
That's moonshine, the tube, I'm like Armageddon coming. It's the artist saying something without a trace of front end. Faces busting open Jake's production, serve a cuisine of Southwest and a taste that's Southern. I speak in allegory, onomatopoeia, content chock full of verbal gonorrhea. Every town, all beat, voicing my issues. Like why the hell does Chick-fil-A biscuit discontinue?
I'm gonna show y'all something too while they playing records. They got the ill 1980s WWF action figure collection here at WEMF Radio in Boston. I got all these.
2008, I traveled every major highway. I direct a rental car in Site's driveway. Back together with a box of epoxy. Conquer territories we inherit by proxy. A lot of it, Tramadol, I don't like Oxy. Arthur Fontarelli, Robin Ralph, Melvin Botsy. Foul Mouth and Cranky, the Hillbilly Banksy. Moonshine Burrito, anthems ain't Axie. Yeah, he's taking it the lab, making good wax red like a Chase ATM in the hood.
On the Jake It Till You Make It album, like there's a lot of features on there, but every one of those guys were dudes that, you know, I was doing work with, you know what I'm saying? Like I was working on their album or mixing or, you know, whatever. So, you know, eventually a collab's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? If you got the right records.
Yeah, I smack the hips to back to Dumbo on sportsmanlike condoms and Cultivating Palumbo. Regretfully never acted my age. World television, Chief Lorenzo Lamas, Renegade.
Definitely, like, and that's the other thing too. Like anybody that I do a song with or get a feature from or anything like that, it's got to be somebody that I like personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do a record with somebody just to like try to rub off their buzz or try to get hot. Like, to me, it's bucket list stuff. Like, you know, I'm a fan of your music, so to get to do a song with you, you know what I'm saying, is dope. So
that's when that organic sound comes out.
Exactly. It don't sound like here's your song and I just fit in.
Just put this random verse.
You know what I'm saying? It sounds more like a song.
Definitely.
So
Yeah, man.
But this song's called Tuffalopagus. Yeah. I'm balancing budgets to ball fierce. Sale rack polo 34 Paul Pierce. Precision made playbooks, board of advisors, decisions made high. Off a horse tranquilizer, my side chicks is eating. I treat her like a queen. I don't sweat about deep throat, but the trachea is trained. Yeah, we're 10 deep in the vein. Why the chicken in advance? Cause to me it's all the same. Loved by everybody, but I got some vile enemies. Can't fight for shit. I got some violent tendencies. Sonic mercenary, serving for a fee. All of a sudden, cab drivers acting nervous around me. It's Tuffalopagus. You motherfuckers couldn't kill the beat if it killed over and died right in front of you.
Big dreamer, small business, 88 Beamer, heat seeker, tall Guinness. I'm living on the edge of panic rooms and busted windows. With a mustard colored jumpsuit, seducing younger women. Spend my days in the basement, avoiding the